Well, hello and welcome. What you going to talk about today, Ethan? We're going to talk about the environmental court and the Moab, the mother of all bombs. Kind of interesting. All of a sudden, we're hearing about the Moab and all kind of other, how do we want to say, context. It's just becoming quite a word. What is the Moab? The mother of all bombs. The mother of all bombs. So this is this is it right here. Okay, this is the court seals. This is Environmental District Court for the Environmental District of the United States. Uniform writ of execution. Notice of criminal conviction. Demand for settlement of penalties. Citizens arrest. No warrant required. So I read the citizens arrest paperwork. It's in my YouTube videos. Own Your Authority 14 and Own Your Authority 14 continued. So this for the moment gets printed and double-sided, okay, not single-sided. Soon this is going to be available with a white copy, which would go to the Arrest Reward Processing Center, the yellow copy that the citizen witness, and the pink copy to the responsible corporate officer. Okay, so put that over here. Now, what do we got? What's this all about? Well, you see, your water most likely is full of toxins. And by law, our current water treatments were supposed to be mothballed in the 80s. You see, the technology to provide clean, pure water has existed for a long time. The laws that it be provided have existed for a long time. And the bar, in their evil, treasonous ways, hid the court, hid the law. The powers to be, the ones that make money off all of this, keeping you sick, right? Giving you toxic water, treating you with poison control experts known as doctors, right? Just keep you sick and miserable. And then if somebody like Ethan comes along and says, "Hey, the debate over antidotal versus scientific proof that cannabis is good for you is over because I got the proof, visual, measurable, repeatable, independent medical professional evaluation, documented in pictures, my patent application attacked, my patent denied. I had to fight for it. I got the U.S., but I couldn't overcome all the hurdles for international patents. They denied me that with all their attacks. Somebody comes along with something like that that's so good for your health. What do? Attack, 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 attack. And all these doctors, even the naturalist doctors, they won't touch it. They won't talk to me because they're afraid. They're afraid of the government, big bad government. Well, that fear works two ways because every one of those persons is a man. male or female. And this is the Moab. You see, every time one of them flushes the toilet, they're committing felonies. They have 6 felonies minimum. A lot of these tyrants have more. If they're supporting 5G, if they're supporting GMO, and there's one other. There's one other that can be, and it's on here. All right. Put the glasses on. How do you like my PBI shirt? Yeah, you can see that. I'll step up here. Right on. People's Bureau of Investigation. Boss lady, welcome. I'm sick of all this corruption too. Here's your Moab. All right, so let's see. Counts: criminal violations of unlawful discharge of warfare agents into human body of water. So you got the jabs, the GMO, and 5G, right? So they're all convicted. They're already convicted. And when they get served with that, they can't hold office. How can a felon be holding office? They can't. So now there's a cover letter that goes along with paperwork. So what you'll do is you'll go to EWG's. I'll put this up here just so you get a quick look here. All right, what I'm reading at. EWG's tap water database. What's in your drinking water? So it's www.ewg.org/tap water /. And when you get there, I think there's an ad. You got to do something to bypass that ad. Otherwise, you get trapped in the matrix, and you don't get to where you're going. But once you get to where you're going, you just simply type in your zip code, and it'll give you your water report. All right. So here in Kalkaska, contaminants detected. 10 exceed EWG health guidelines. 13 total contaminants. So arsenic, 250 times EWG's health guideline. Brome chloridic acid, 100 times. I think you can see that there. Arsenic, 250 times. All right. This is mass genocide. This is murder. It's hard for me to read this stuff. Bromodichloromethate, 183 times. Chloroform, 31 times. Dibromatic acid, 38 times. Dibromochlorometh, 66 times. Dichloric acid, 20 times. Haloacetic acids, 114 times. Total trihalomethanes, 224 times. Trichloric acid, 55 times. Now, this is what in Kalkaska, the village of, This is what you're washing in. This is what you're cooking with. This is what you're drinking. It's poison. And this is far from the worst. Lansing has better water than Kalkaska. Imagine that. I think Lansing had 7 contaminants to exceed. Now, some of those contaminants might be higher or they might be lower in the amount of times exceeding the limit. I didn't look at that, but I can tell you that I believe Lansing has 7. So you see, all of these responsible corporate officers, they're already convicted. And when you serve them the writ, which is the MOAB, the mother of all bombs, they're done. They're finished. And they're going to go before a tribunal of 3 after they're arrested. Now, serving the MOAB, serving the writ, does not bind you to being responsible for arrest. That you've got nothing to do with that. The environmental court has nothing to do with that, other than processing for payments and collections. So the money's going to come out of the Treasury, IRS, and the Treasury. This was a court enacted by Congress, and it's a court of we the people, and it's outside of government. It's a high court. And once you got your receipt in your hand from the post office, these tyrants are served. It does them no good to reject service. Now, these need to be sent registered mail. So you'll be dealing with a form like this. It's called a 3806 registered mail receipt. Okay. It's some of you might be more familiar with certified mail. That's the green one. And it comes with the sticker. This, you got to get the sticker separately, and they're red. Okay, so don't get confused on that. Your MOABs need to go out registered mail, and this is carbonless copy, right? And you're going to get a copy of this back along with your receipt. You'll use a green card, and the return address is to the Arrest Reward Processing Center. All right. Once the court gets this, then they know that your favorite tyrant has been served, or your least favorite tyrant has been served. And you're going to send a complete copy of paperwork. All right. So you'll want to make a copy of this before you send your original to the court. Let's see, what else? Now, the minute you got, I think I said this, I'm sure I did. The minute you got your receipt from the post office, that responsible corporate officer has been served. It does them no good to deny service. And it is being recommended that the home address of the tyrant be used for the return address on your mailing. So in other words, you'll get an envelope that's going to hold your legal paperwork, right? And over here, where the return address would typically go, is being recommended to use the tyrant's home address. So if they do refuse service, it gets mailed to their home. Now, you don't need it back, you don't want it back, and the court doesn't want it. And the post office, it's none of their business. Some of these, now several, I believe there's about 200 that have been sent or committed to be sent. And there's been some reports that some of the post offices are giving some people a hard time about this. Now, if you run into that situation, you can ask for the postmaster. Any situation you have dealing with this, you might want to contact with the postmaster. They should know. Now, there's a difference. There's a difference between a United States Post Office and United States Postal Service. And that's something that we'll talk about more in detail as I learn more about it. But the United States Post Office is a lawful post office. It's not a corporate post office. There's a difference. And your rates can be very different, especially if you know how to do it. So I think it's looking like these registered mails can actually go out for 2-cent postage. And so I'm doing some more research into that, trying to get a grip on that. That'll save people a lot of money. Now, one very important thing. You drop the Moab, you send everything to the court, you're in line for a $2,000 award for every Moab you drop. And there's a bounty. There's a reward for arrest. Once processing has been done, booking documents created, and those get sent to the court, the process starts to release the funds. And it's $10,000 for a responsible corporate officer and $20,000 for a bar member. Now, the bar is going down because the bar is evil. Lynn Wood's been putting out some posts lately on Telegram. Would appear he's not very happy with the Georgia State Bar. Stu Peters talking about the bar. Many people talking about the bar. So the bar is one that hid the court, hid the law, and is responsible for you not having clean water. So there's 2 resolutions. A resolution for resolution by a constitutional sheriff, right? And this one is a resolution by a responsible corporate officer. Now, these just happen to be printed off 2-sided, which is fine. You probably want a heavier weight paper than your standard reams of paper so you don't get the bleed through if you want to print on both sides. But these can be printed as 4 pages because it is 4 pages. But it doesn't have to be 2 pieces of paper. So you can serve, if you have a responsible corporate officer, that includes bar attorneys, governors, mayors, county clerks, pretty much anybody that's in public service, elected or appointed. And for the sheriffs, uh, they've got 30 days to respond. Okay. So they can resolve, and then they can beg and plead for mercy at their tribunal, because they will go before a tribunal. So let's see what else. Now there's been a fair amount of discussion about wanting to save the good people. So there are some good people running for office and running for sheriff. Now there's a fella, last name of James. Apparently, he's related to Jesse James, and he's running for sheriff. And he sounds like a very powerful constitutional man. And yet, it appears he's got a lot of opposition. I wonder why. They're probably very well funded. In my opinion, we need to support those who want to do the right thing for the people. And one of the ways you can support them is by taking out their competitors. If they're a responsible corporate officer running for election or re-election, serve them to Moab and they're done. They cannot have office with 6 felonies. And it's not just 6 felonies. They are habitual. You see, every time they flush the toilet, they commit the crime. They're discharging the toxins that are supposed to get contained. So your septic tanks are all supposed to be, I don't know if retrofitted is the right word or whatnot. But you see, all these health departments that are issuing license and requiring license, that's conspiracy. That's RICO. It is. So they're poisoning us with the water. They're poisoning us with the medicine. They're poisoning us with the food. They're poisoning us with the air. And we have been virtually at the mercy because there's no law enforcement. Now, I've been preaching we need law enforcement. So serving the sheriffs, dealing with the sheriffs, I think we're going to get a few of them that are going to want to become responsible corporate officers, want to become constitutional sheriffs, right? Some of them are going to decide they're just going to go to hell. And that's their choice. But we are done with their BS. We have all the power, and we're going to use it. We now have the tools, and it's just going to get better and better and better. So it would make sense that in a county where assemblies have been formed, that those assembly members use the Moab and clean up their county. Let's see, if you were to serve the sheriff, the undersheriff, the prosecuting attorney, the county prosecuting attorney, all the assistant county prosecuting attorneys, the county clerk, the county commissioner, and the mayors, when the bounty hunters come into town, they can just clean up. And lower law enforcement. This is your opportunity to correct all the wrongs that you've been witnessing. I hear tell from those experienced in law enforcement that the number is actually staggeringly high of those in lower law enforcement that are wannabe whistleblowers, but don't because they know that they will be destroyed. Yeah, 50%. So, you deputies, you policemen, you can step up and you can collect that reward. That's a fact. So we're going to see change. It's going to happen fast because this news is beginning to catch hold. I hear tell there's a judge that's embracing this, that's on our side, the people's side. Now, if you are a good person trapped in that evil system, you can be proactive and get a resolution and fill it out and submit it to the court prior to being served. That would be very advisable for anyone that is a good person, a good man, male or female, to be proactive and facilitate your resolution with the environmental court. Because we have had it. We're done. We're not putting up with it any longer. We're coming hard. The people are. So the technology has existed for decades to give you clean water. The knowledge that marijuana is medicinal has been suppressed my whole life. And how many people are in prison? How many people have had their lives destroyed for an herb that provides optimal oral health? It prevents oral plaques from accumulating on your teeth and gums. It removes calcified plaques from your teeth and gums. It kills bad bacteria. It puts a protective coating on your teeth that is impenetrable by acidics like apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, grapefruit juice, etc., etc. And it rejuvenates lost gum tissue. And we see when gum tissue grows back, we see tooth realignment. We see gaps closing between the teeth. But government's not happy about that. So they're gonna just keep on attacking people like me. Now, whistleblowers need to be supported. They do. We got whistleblowers coming forward. They need to be supported. How can you support them? Well, one way is you can start facilitating MOABs. Just start dropping them. So you got a good guy. He's over here in this county. Take care of it for him. Why not? You get $2,000 for everyone that you take care of. You do 10 of these a day, you got a $20,000 a day, less your expenses, which can't add up to that much. Probably well under $100. So what else do I need to cover on this for the moment? Oh, go to the People's Bureau of Investigation website. And that is the pbi.us. And when you're there, You can access all these documents. And there's an RCO directory. And there, you put in the first name and the last name and select a state or select all and then submit. And this will let you know if somebody has claimed your tyrant. So it's going to take you a little bit of time. It might even take you a few days just to get everything facilitated, make sure you're doing it right. So in the meantime, we don't want to have doubled efforts, tripled efforts. So if you go and register or log in the tyrant that you're going after, now you've got that secured, locked in, and then you would use the writ entry once you've served them, where you would agent server. You put in your name, your email, your phone number, date served, the registered United States Post Office mail, government, county, court, job title, so forth, business phone, whether it's a bar attorney or not, and put in their business address. And then that's how we keep track. So we're not doubling up efforts. So this is for real, folks. This is serious. You have the mother of all bombs. Own your authority, people. Step up. Take care of these tyrants. We're going to start living free. We're going to start living healthy. We're going to have clean water. We're going to have clean food. We're not going to be living in constant fear and worry of these tyrants and their attacks. Future generations are going to have a life that we couldn't even imagine. So we're getting her done. All right, everybody. I hope that's clear for you. In the description of this video is a link to the PBI website and also a link, I believe, to the PBI Telegram channel. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday evenings, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, is a voice chat. You're all welcome to come join the voice chat. The first hour or two is generally education, and then opens up into some conversation for questions and answers. And you're all encouraged to read the welcome post, to study the documents, and bring educated questions to the voice chats. Don't come in there wanting to learn everything because you didn't take the time to do the research yourself. It's very easy to do. thepbi.us. Look at the documents, read the messages, watch this video again. There's other videos. Join my Telegram channel. Link is in the description. And hey, why not become a subscriber here on YouTube? Give me a thumbs up, a comment, and donations are welcome, needed, and wanted. And thank all of you who have supported me to carry me this far, because without you, I wouldn't be here. That's a fact. That's a fact. So thank you all. who have supported me, and thank you for those of you who will. There's 4 ways: PayPal, Cash App, GoFundMe, and GiveSendGo. If you got $5, if you got 50, 100, if you got more, I can sure use it. All right, everybody. I love you. I'm fighting for you. I'm going to be back with more. Own your authority. Serve the Moabs. Come join the Telegram channel.